Today I'm gonna react to someone that might be better than Zack D Films. He's got the same animation style, but he has amazing storytelling. His story.
We were in the middle of a test when I caught a student whispering and pointing into his backpack. But just as I was about to stand up and bust him for cheating, he pulled out something metal and
no,
for
chill.
causing trouble and
Chill.
harassing multiple girls, one of them being my daughter. And since I was lucky enough to teach her that year, she was sitting right in front of him. I instantly started getting nervous. I didn't have a clear enough view to be sure what it was, but knew I had to get a better look. So I stood up
Bro is trembling. Look at his legs.
So I stood up pretending to help one of my students. However, the second I got a closer look, I realized it was a handgun. My hands started shaking, but as I sat back down, I dialed 911 on my phone, but knew he'd hear me if I even whispered. I knew I couldn't just walk out of the room and leave them in there, so I texted our principal, praying he'd respond. Sweat was dripping onto my desk, and as he held up finger guns at her, I knew I couldn't wait any longer. That's when I got an idea. I looked at that same student and wrote her a note that said, "Ask me to use the bathroom. Go get the principal, get him to check his phone, and leave the school immediately." And when I handed it to her, she could see how terrified I was. But without saying anything, she left the room. It took everything to hold back my tears. But then someone knocked on the door. Our principal walked in the room, and I immediately saw the kid get nervous. The principal walked up and asked him, "Could you come into the hall with me?" And he stood up with one hand.
Oh, no,
My heart raced as he walked.
Wait, don't pull it out.
But just before he finally left the room, he stopped. Everyone watched, and I saw him unzip his bag. My heart stopped. Before anyone could do anything.
No! Tackle him! Tackle him!
Her, diving in front of her to stop it. I saw police running in behind him, but in slow motion, I saw him pull the trigger. This was it for me. I heard the click and was ready to take a bullet to the spleen.
Then what happened?
When I hit the ground, I felt nothing. The police ran in and grabbed him from behind. And when the gun hit the floor, I saw he forgot to take the safety off.
Oh my, what a plot twist. Yo, this show was actually like, I got in the moment. Is he gonna die? Bro, type moment, y'all. Wait, I like this, bro. His YouTube story, I like this. Bro has insane plot armor, bro. Yeah, like that safety clip. Hey, he lucky, bro. He lucky for it. Bro, I like this, bro. Hey, let's see if he's better than Zack D Films by the end of the video.
My parents walked into my room mid-game and unplugged my console.
Hey, no, our parents, bro. If your parents do that much, unless you're being a bad person, I get it. But if they just do that, our parents.
With a D in algebra and said, "No more games until your grades
you gotta get your grades up, boys."
I walked into the kitchen and told him my friend started a study group at his house. My dad dropped me off that first night and watched me walk in with my backpack.
Let me guess, he's playing games at his house.
He saw textbooks on the table and drove away smiling. My friend's mom sat us down and made us do homework for the first hour. The second that hour was up, my friend turned on Fortnite and we gamed for the rest of the night.
Duels? No build?
He asked how it went. I told him we studied the whole time. He squeezed my shoulder and said, "That's my boy."
That's my boy.
He'd pull up during the first hour and peek through the window.
Okay, what is this stalkerish dad, bro? I'm liking these stories, but like, what kind of dad is this? Stalk your own child?
Textbooks out, homework spread across the table. By the time we switched to Fortnite, he was long gone.
Okay.
One night, my friend's mom came.
Wait, there's actually yo, W animation. Look at this. Hold up now. W builds 1v1.
My friend's mom
face
came
away
and told him, "Your son's been making my boy actually do his homework. He never used to." After that, my dad stopped getting out of the car. He'd just honk, and I'd come out. One night, I looked out the window, and my dad was walking up the driveway carrying a box of pizza. He was coming inside to thank my friend's parents. I jumped off the couch. I slapped my friend's arm, and he yelled, "Grab the math books." We threw the controllers under the couch cushions.
Oh my gosh.
Textbooks open by the time the front door opened.
So they just TP like that, huh?
My dad walked in with the pizza grinning. He looked at the table covered in math books and started beaming. He pulled out his phone and took a photo of me
grinning at dad
in a calculus textbook.
Did you see the controllers?
D in algebra. I just nodded and kept pointing like I knew what I was talking
about.
While our Fortnite characters were getting eliminated in the background.
What? So the dad ain't seen the TV in the background with the PS5 on and the bullets and the builds. Alright.
My dad sent the photo to my mom, and she called me that night crying about how proud she was. He went back to honking from the driveway. To them, I was a math tutor, but really, I was top 10 in Fortnite.
Sheesh! Sheesh. Hey, bro, chase your dreams, bro. Sometimes you gotta make sacrifices like him. I wouldn't recommend it, you know, sacrificing your school, but hey, top 10 in Fortnite. This might be the next World Cup champion, Booga. This might be PewDiePie. If y'all know, y'all know. They didn't fool their parents, they fooled themselves. Yeah, but hey, top 10 in Fortnite, that's low-key a flex, though. I'm not, bro, Fortnite is probably one of the most hardest game on earth, bro.
I was sitting in class when my phone buzzed. Look under your desk, same text. The whole class bent down at the same time. Taped underneath each desk was an envelope with our name
Squid
on it.
Games?
Mine open, and a Polaroid slid out. A blood splatter on white tile. I looked around. Everyone was holding something different. A lamp knocked over. A knife. Drag marks on carpet.
Don't tell me we just saw a mystery case right in front of our eyes.
30 different photos. All pieces of something horrible. Our phones buzzed again. Pieced together the puzzle.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Everyone jumped up. We started comparing photos. Some had timestamps. We threw them on the floor in order. Blood. Struggle. Weapon. A body being dragged. A car trunk. Dirt.
Yeah, a freaking murder case right there.
The photos weren't fitting right. Some inside a house. Some outside. Then someone noticed the edges. They fit together like an actual puzzle. We started connecting them. Blood splatter to broken lamp. Knife to drag marks. 30 photos becoming one massive crime scene. 1 minute left.
1 minute.
Something was missing. One missing piece and the whole class fails.
Don't tell me the class is the next piece.
Everyone turns to the kid in the corner, arms crossed. I'm not playing this sick game. The whole class turned on him. Put it down. He didn't budge. 30 seconds, 20, then 10. He threw his photo down. The centerpiece, a child's bedroom, 2 bodies on the floor. The door swung open. The teacher walked in clapping. You just solved a 20-year-old cold case. When I was 8, someone left these photos in my mailbox, one each day. Pictures of my parents' murder scene. She pointed at the puzzle. The killer left DNA on the film. 20 years later, I finally got a match. She looked at us. It was my uncle.
I know I shouldn't laugh here, but your uncle, bro? What kind of uncle does that? Killing your parents and making a whole murder case and sending your, I forgot, like your uncle and then whoever is like the other side of the family just so they can figure out you did it. Like what kind of, what kind of weird ass uncle you, it be them uncles, bro. I ain't gonna lie with you. The uncles, there are 2 things. No, actually 3. They're super freaky and creepy and will touch you in uncomfortable ways, or 2, they're the cool rich uncle, or 3, it's non-existent. Solving a murder case, traumatizing kids. Yeah, I just realized showing kids freaking murder cases, a knife with blood and bodies being dragged, I don't think that's a good idea.
After 8 years on death row, I was ready to die. They said I killed Rebecca. My fingerprints were on the knife. My blood was at the scene.
No, don't tell me. Bro didn't do it, but he was still convicted, bro. I hate one of these.
Told them I didn't do it, but nobody believed me. I spent years fighting, filed every appeal, exposed every contradiction in the evidence. None of it mattered. My lawyer stopped returning my calls. My appeals were exhausted.
A lawyer?
My family stopped visiting 2 years ago. Even my own mother thought I did it. The only person who ever believed me was my grandmother, and she passed away 5 years ago. So when they asked what I wanted for my last meal, I thought of her. Her meatloaf, the one she made me every birthday. I wrote out her recipe from memory, every measurement and technique precise. An hour later, the prison chef showed up at my cell holding my form. What is this? Meatloaf. This is a novel, not a recipe. Ground beef 60%, ground pork 40, breadcrumbs soaked in whole milk for exactly 10 minutes, yellow onion, not white, sautéed in butter until translucent, fresh thyme, not dried, Worcestershire, 2 tablespoons, no
remembering all that?
This glaze with brown sugar and apple cider vinegar.
Damn!
340 degrees, 20 minutes before done.
Damn!
Why so specific?
Yeah, like that's so... Holy, that must be some good meatloaf, bruh.
That's how my grandmother made it. She's gone now. If I'm going to die Friday, I want to taste her cooking one last time. He was quiet for a moment. Some of these ingredients we don't stock. Fresh thyme, whole milk, real butter. I'll have to special order them. I have 48 hours. He sighed. I'll make it exactly how you wrote it. Thursday morning, the ingredients arrived and the chef started cooking. I could smell it from my cell an hour later. Onions sautéing in butter. Grandma's
please tell me he survives, bro.
Humming while she cooked. I sat on my bunk and cried for the first time in 8 years. Thursday afternoon, the chef ran into problems. The oven temperature wouldn't hold steady. He had to recalibrate, start over on the glaze twice. It has to be perfect, he told the warden. It's his last meal. Thursday night, I couldn't sleep. Not from fear, from the smell. The meatloaf baking through the night while I sat alone with memories of the only person who believed I was innocent.
That's so tragic,
Friday,
bro.
Execution day, 10 a.m. and no meal yet. Noon, and the chef said the glaze wasn't right. 2 p.m. a guard brought regular prison lunch because the meatloaf still wasn't ready. 4 p.m. 2 hours left. The smell was overwhelming. Guards kept walking past the kitchen just to breathe it in. 5 p.m. the warden came to my cell. Your meal isn't ready. We're delaying the execution.
Okay, let's go, let's go.
Came and went.
Okay.
Original execution time. I was still alive, waiting for meatloaf. 7:30. The chef finally appeared with a covered plate. He looked exhausted. He uncovered it, and the meatloaf looked exactly like my grandmother's.
Oh, that looks like a good ass steak.
Savored every bite. Perfect. I finished the last bite at 7:51. 9 minutes left. The guard opened my cell. Time to go, Preston. They walked me down the hallway past other cells.
He's huge.
Inmates were silent. They always were during execution walks. We reached the preparation room. The chaplain asked if I wanted to pray. pray. I said no. 7:55, 5 minutes. They started walking me toward the chamber. That's when the warden's phone rang. He answered and his face changed. Stop. Everyone stop.
Wait, no, don't tell me he's a survive.
My boyfriend just confessed to her murder. You're innocent. My legs gave out. A guard caught me. The chef appeared in the hallway out of breath. He slid down the wall and sat next to me. If that meatloaf had been ready on time, you'd already be gone.
Yes.
I just sat there, still alive.
Holy
because my grandmother's
stuff.
recipe was too complicated to rush. She saved my life. She
Oh my god, bro. Yo, what a story, bro. Yo, I gotta lie, bro. Yo, his YouTube story freaking beats Zack the Film storytelling, bro. Like, this joint got me intensely, like, focused. Bro was about to die. No one believed in him. And so, what they had to do next, his last meal before his execution. But guess what? The freaking plot twist of the century, it delayed, and that's why he was able to survive, bro. Oh my gosh, I love this, bro. Yo, Zack the Films, you might have to up your story game, bro. I love you. Even when she's dead, she saved a life. That's what I'm saying. Let's go, Gramps. I mean, Grandma.
My daughter came home crying with an F because her teacher doesn't know what color blood is. The first time I realized something was wrong, Riley came home from school holding out her arm. Look, Dad, you can see the blue blood in my veins right here. She traced the blue lines under her skin.
That's a
with
vein.
Her finger. I put down my coffee and looked at her. Actually, sweetheart, that's not true. Blood is always red because of hemoglobin. It's just darker red in your veins. Her face scrunched up. But Mrs. Miller showed us a whole PowerPoint about it. She even had diagrams from a science book. The next morning, I packed my work scrubs in my bag. I'm an ER nurse at Mercy General.
Oh, so he knows his stuff.
Shift anyway. I sent Mrs. Miller an email asking if I could do a quick presentation about blood for career day that afternoon. She loved the idea. When I arrived, Mrs. Miller introduced me as Riley's dad who worked at the hospital. 28 kids stared up at me from their desks. I heard you guys learned that blood is blue inside your body, I said. The entire class nodded enthusiastically. Mrs. Miller beamed from her desk in the corner. I pulled out a blood collection.
Wait, ain't no way. I mean, ain't no way we think blood is blue, bro. What are you, an alien, bro? Like, we're a freaking cold-blooded creature, bro. Even cold-blooded people are red.
Tube from my pocket and held it up. This is what we use to draw blood at the hospital. Notice something. The tube creates a vacuum. No oxygen inside at all. I paused. When we draw blood with these, it never touches oxygen until we pop the cap off. I showed them photos on my phone of sealed blood tubes. See? Still red. Mrs. Miller's smile started fading.
Yo, are you trying to hide something that your blood is blue? And like, you don't want the kids to know that blood is red? Buddy, Mr. Miller, like, what do we do?
Shifted in her chair and cleared her throat. A boy raised his hand and pointed to their science textbook. But our textbook says it's blue. I picked up the book and checked the publication date.
Boy, look at the old ass book, bro.
1998. Medicine.
But even still, like, everyone knows blood is red. Even, I'm pretty sure during that time.
It's pretty fast. We used to think lots of things that turned out to be wrong.
That is true. I'm gonna lie, bro. I feel like people 1,000 years ago would think flying cars. What happened today? You know, we have the most cringiest things happen on Earth, bro. We have Rakai.
Desk, her hands gripping the edge. Well,
she's
thank
mad.
you for that interesting presentation, Mr. Johnson. But we need to move on to math now. I nodded and started packing when a girl in the back raised her hand. So our textbook is wrong? The class erupted in whispers. Mrs. Miller's jaw clenched and her voice got tight. Curriculum says, actually, I interrupted, pulling up the state science standards on my phone. I walked over and turned my phone toward her. The current curriculum specifically mentions this myth as something to correct. She stared at the screen and her eyes narrowed. Her mouth pressed into a thin line and her nostrils flared. Can I speak with you in the hallway?
Yo, why are we mad that that something is scientifically correct? Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you. Yo, I hope you have no babies. You freaking fall off a cliff, you trip, and hot coffee spills on you in the morning at 7 a.m.
The kids watched as we walked out and the door closed behind us. Do you have any idea how hard it is when parents undermine my authority? Her face was red and her voice was sharp. Now they'll question everything I say. I kept my voice calm.
So?
Isn't that exactly what we want them to do?
Yes.
Question things and learn critical thinking.
Yes.
She crossed her arms tightly. I've been teaching for 22 years. I'm
and
not
you
changing
suck.
my whole curriculum because some nurse thinks he knows better than our textbooks.
Okay, yeah, you're...
The next day, I found out Mrs. Miller gave the class a pop quiz. Riley came home crying, her face red and puffy. Her hands were shaking as she handed me a paper with a big red F on it. I took a deep breath and
what's
felt
the
my
question?
jaw
I said the
tighten as
question.
I looked at the question. What
Color
is blood inside the body?
One question. If you don't say blue, you're cooked. All right.
Written red, and Mrs. Miller had marked it wrong. I requested a meeting with Principal Davis and brought printouts of medical textbooks, the state science standards, and Riley's quiz.
Okay, so you're telling me you did all of that and the freaking Mr. Miller just couldn't accept the... Yo, I ain't gonna lie, yo, this video is low-key pissing me off, bro. My cortisol is spiking right now.
The principal called in Mrs. Miller and asked her directly, is blood blue inside the body? After a long pause, Mrs. Miller said, it's what the children understand better. I leaned...
Oh my, what do we... It's because the children... Well, you know what? Do a science experiment, and allegedly immediately cut yourself. All right, don't actually do it, y'all. Don't. Maybe a little shot, you know, say a little tweak, and then see if blood is red.
Leaned forward in my chair. My daughter is crying every morning before school because she's afraid of getting F's for writing down the truth. The next day, the school replaced their science books. Now, whenever Riley learns something,
come on, smile.
School, she comes home and asks me, Dad, is this actually true, or is it just a Mrs. Miller truth?
Oh, let's go! Oh my gosh. Is this true or is it Mr. Miller's truth? Gotta respect that, Dad. Yes, sir! Mr. Miller's truth is crazy, bro.
In the middle of a test, the sprinklers started spraying. Everyone instantly screamed, ah! But I realized it wasn't water spraying on us. Someone yelled, what is this? What is
acid?
On us? We all tried to stand up and run, but everyone was slipping. The alarm blared, and
the
principal yelled on the speaker, everyone needs to get out of the building immediately. There is an active threat inside. But just before we could get out, our teacher stepped in the way. He said, wait, I think I just saw the threat out there, but the hall was empty. There's nobody out there. Let us out. I tried to grab the handle, but he slapped my hand.
Hey!
Nobody's leaving. Everyone was coughing.
Oh, no. Yo, someone. Be the hero, bro.
I realized I liked the smell. Oh my God. It was gasoline. Half the class rushed over to the windows, but we couldn't just jump out because we were on the 3rd floor. Stacy yelled, please, let us out. We have to make a run for it. But he just stood there. He just said,
oh, hell no.
More seconds. Everyone was confused.
This is gonna be lit on fire.
To go. We'll die from the fumes.
No.
He just smiled. 20. What if a fire starts? We'll all burn.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
A girl yelled, ah, it's in my eyes.
Oh no, that's really bad.
Chaos until our teacher reached for the lock. He turned it. The door clicked open and someone walked in.
No.
Thanks for letting me in, Dad. Stacy.
Dad,
you have a son. They both
grown-ass son, bro.
Turned around, locking eyes straight onto me.
Oh, that's scary.
We all started backing up, and when I saw the guy's face, my heart sank.
Why?
I recognized him. He pointed straight at me and said, you put me in jail for 5 years. Now it's finally time to get revenge. I couldn't believe my eyes. This was the same
plot
guy
twist?
I had called the police on 5 years ago. He had tried to rob my grandma at gunpoint and had been waiting to get me back. We watched him pull something out of his pocket and hold it up, and we saw it was a big lighter. Everyone started panicking because one tiny flame, and we'd all immediately burn. I yelled, no, please, you'll kill us all. He just smiled. He started flicking, and we all yelled,
he's teasing us.
Please, we'll all die. He flicked over and over, and I knew I had to stop him.
You had to tackle him, bro. Be the hero, bro.
Grandma was all I had. I didn't mean to make you suffer. And when I said that, I saw our teacher look at me, but he looked upset. We were
bro, this is the son's choice and idea, and you're not gonna do it. I get this teacher fired. Hell no, bro. Bro, if the son was in there, I would have grabbed his face, pluck his eyeballs, and hush.
Look at me, but he looked upset. We were all crying, and I saw him really looking at his son like he didn't know who he was.
Like, bro, yeah, like the sprinkler had gasoline, and you're about to light him on fire, and you're like, oh, it all clicked now, buddy. You're freaking 37, bro, and you're
flick. Then finally, it caught a flame. He held it up, but I saw our teacher pick up the fire extinguisher from the wall. I knew there was no way that tiny thing would save us from the fire, but his son said, this is for what you did, for putting me in prison with those diddlers. Say goodbye.
Whoa, diddlers. Whoa.
Our teacher raised the fire extinguisher.
And he's gonna hit him?
In a moment, he slammed it down on his son's head hard. His son instantly fell over, and our teacher stood there panting. He was crying. I'm so sorry. I failed all of you. My son was a monster. The police ran in and grabbed him, and he looked at me one more time with tears in his eyes.
Yeah, you deserve. You deserve to get arrested. I am not feeling sympathy for you, bruh. Trying to light children on fire? What are you, freaking, I don't know what? You put me in the prison with the diddlers when the world is a generation. You're like, yo, what are we doing? A serious ass situation. You gotta put that out, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. His story, bro, I'm liking his videos, bro. Zack Films, you got serious competition.
Driver looked at me through the mirror and said, kid, don't get off at your stop today. He reached back with his phone showing my mom's number. I grabbed it and called her. A man with a thick accent answered, telling me to come straight home, but I heard my mom screaming, don't come home,
no.
run. The bus driver instantly grabbed his radio. Code red on bus 19. I need police at every stop. He told me to get on the floor. I dropped between the seats. From the floor,
this is tense.
My house. A white van was parked in the driveway.
This is tense.
3 men in ski masks stood around it, and one was wearing zip ties. My phone buzzed.
No, Mom.
My dad tied up in our basement with blood running down his face. Another text saying, get off at the next stop or he dies. You have 60 seconds. The
60 seconds, bro, this is intense.
Shook his head. It's a trap. Don't move. I started sobbing, asking what was happening, and he just said, my dad isn't who I think he is. 2 more white vans pulled up on both sides.
No, they got get gangbanged.
And pulled out a satellite phone. Target's been
satellite
found.
phone?
Taken. I need extraction now for the package. He glanced at me. Yes, the package is secure. The white vans rammed us.
Whoa. You're telling me wait, before we even get to it, I'm sorry. The bus driver is part of the plan?
Both sides. Kids were screaming.
Wait, no, surely not.
Straight through. He told me my dad had been undercover investigating a trafficking ring for 5 years. Someone leaked his identity this morning. A van slammed into our back bumper.
Oh wait, never mind.
The wheel hard left. They're Russian mafia. A helicopter appeared overhead, and a spotlight hit the bus. His jaw clenched. New plan. He handed me a backpack from under his seat. He pointed at a building with a red door and told me to run straight to it when he stopped driving. I asked about my parents, and he said the photo was fake. My parents were in witness protection already. He slammed the brakes and hit a button. The emergency exit flew open. I ran fast with the
Huss, come on.
I heard
Huss.
gunshots, but I
Oh, watch out.
The red door opened before I reached
What?
it. A woman in tactical gear pulled me inside. She
Who's
handed
this?
me a phone. I heard my mom, "Baby, we're okay. We're all okay." I dropped to the floor and gasped from relief. 2 months later, I found out my dad had been undercover for 5 years. The bus driver was my shadow guardian, and 27 members of the trafficking ring were arrested.
W story, bro. I like this. Intense situation. Kids on board. They're about to die. Real stakes at hand. I love this, bro. The kids appeared out there near. Yeah, that. Not gonna lie. I actually just thought of that. Yeah. Yo, that means the bro. Yo. The animators need a raise, bro. Y'all see it? No kids, right? And then boom.
Kids were screaming.
Yeah. Like what is this, bro? Yo, animations, bro. And animations team might need a raise, bro.
I opened my son's Instagram live and saw he was standing on the edge of a building.
Yo, what are we
Welcome to
doing?
Fact or cap? What the hell? What was Justin doing? I could see the likes popping up on the
things
corner
we
of
do
the
for
screen.
views, y'all.
Guys, I had no idea. But today, Mr. Foley told us that Red Bull gives you wings.
Guys, please don't believe everything you see on the internet, bro. Like, that's just obviously a joke, bro. It's just like a little phrase, you know what I'm
Today
saying?
we're gonna test if that's cap or not.
Okay,
No,
what is
please
this?
tell me this is a joke. But I could see he was on the roof of his school. I instantly swiped off the live and dialed his teacher. "Hello? My son is on the roof of the school. I think he's about to jump." But she just laughed and said, "Sir, those doors are locked. There's no way he's up there."
Oh, so you're not, nah, L principal, bro. Nah, like L principal, bro.
Back onto the live. Now there were more of his classmates up there, and
Oh my.
they all started yelling, "Chug, chug, chug." I swiped back to the phone call and yelled, "Oh my God, you have to hurry. He's about to jump." I was already jumping in my car, sweating through my clothes.
Please don't
But
jump,
I heard
bro.
her say, "Wait, no. The door is locked. I can't get up there." Locked? How did they lock it? I swiped back to the live and watched as his classmates were pushing things in front of the door.
Oh my
to the roof, all
gosh.
standing in front of it so nobody could stop him. He was getting ready to jump.
No,
again.
don't you
I
dare
couldn't
jump,
let my
bro.
son die because of Mr. Foley's dumb lie. So
Miss-
I broke every traffic law just to get there. I was speeding with one hand, watching the live with the other. Okay guys, Mr. Foley better have been telling the truth. Kids were typing, "Do it," and "Fly Justin."
Okay,
and I was
yeah.
going 90 down that residential
90,
road. I screeched
residential.
into the parking lot and saw him up there.
Oh
I was
my
almost out of
gosh.
time.
Yell out your
Just
son's
as I burst
name.
through the school doors, I heard them yelling, "Justin, don't jump," but they were already counting down. I ran up the stairs. and
Come
saw
on.
multiple teachers.
Wait, bro, just teleport to the building, bro. Hold on, look at this. Look at this. Ready? He goes here at the school doors. Ready? Teleport jitsu. Bro.
I saw multiple teachers pounding on the door to get onto the
Bro,
roof.
y'all are grown-ass dogs, bro. Y'all got grown-ass strength, and y'all can't just take 2 kids behind the doors? Come on.
Mr. Foley, and as bad as I wanted to punch him in the face, I had to get to Justin first. I could hear them outside. 3, 2, 1. No. And just as we all busted through that door,
Don't tell me he
we
doesn't
saw
do it.
Justin running toward the edge of the building. I screamed, "Justin, no!" But he jumped. He flew off the edge of the building, thinking he was about to fly. Everyone screamed, cried, and he hit the ground.
There's a
I looked
trampoline,
over at
trampoline,
Mr.
trampoline.
Foley. "You told him to jump off the roof." He tried to make up an excuse. How was I supposed to know he'd believe me? I was just joking. And in that moment, I couldn't hold back. As they loaded him into the ambulance, I shoved Mr. Foley off the roof.
Nah, Mr. Foley deserved. I lie, yo. I'm pretty sure no kid, hopefully, would believe that Red Bull gives you wins. But honestly, yo, shout out to his story, bro. Great storytelling. I think he might be better than Zack films in storytelling. If you guys want to see more content like this, click this video here.